It is with a somber heart that I tell you today is a sad day. Sad in that it took 93 years to arrive. But today, after nearly a century of showing us that there's just no hate like Christian love, Ronald Satan has welcomed another demon home. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, Pat Robertson is finally getting put in the forever box. And that is a cause for celebration. Those of you #blessed enough to have never heard the name Pat Robertson, imagine if like Joel Osteen and Jerry Falwell and Rush Limbaugh and Tucker Carlson and Adolf Hitler were Power Rangers. When they all joined forces to become that like Mighty Morphin Power Ranger robot thing, that's Pat Robertson. He was this televangelist that created his own network called the Christian Broadcasting Network. And he had his own show called the 700 Club, which sort of pretended to be like a news show for white conservative Jesus. They had this desk that they would sit behind and like cosplay as news anchors. And Pat Robertson was like the Christo-fascist Ron Burgundy, except he kind of looked like that kindly old man that you felt bad for because he looked lonely, so you go up to talk to him. But as soon as you say hello to him, he just busts out in a racial, homophobic, anti-Semitic tirade. Then you just instantly regret your decision of having compassion and sympathy for an old man, and it becomes painfully apparent why nobody loves him. And on his show, he would remind you every day why God hates you. Unless, of course, you know, you were a straight white conservative who hated everybody that he said God hated, and you sent him money. Then God loved you. And then he would start covering all the hottest topics that were going on that were bad in the world, like natural disasters, famine, disease. And he would tell you that the reason that these horrible, horrible events were happening weren't because of global warming or geopolitical unrest or lack of access to healthcare and basic human services. Nope, they were happening because of the gays, or the women for, you know, wanting equal rights, or the liberals for not hating the gays and the women enough, or the brown people, you know, for just being brown. And this wasn't even nuanced. He would just straight up come out and say the shit. I think it's only appropriate that we pay homage to the end of an era and the end of a vile, parasitic life form pretending to be human, and honor Pat Robertson's legacy with some direct quotes from the demon in a skin suit himself. Long ago in Haiti, the Haitians all got together and they swore a pact with the devil. They said, "We will serve you if you get us free from the French." True story. And the devil said, "Okay, it's a deal." And since then, they've been cursed by one thing after another. That was him talking about an earthquake that killed tens of thousands of people in 2010. When talking to a woman whose husband cheated on her, he said, "Males have a tendency to wander. What you want to do is make a home so wonderful that he doesn't want to." So remember, ladies, if a husband cheats on you, it's your fault. Here's a greatest hit. Just like what Nazi Germany did to the Jews, liberal America is doing to evangelical Christians. It's no different. He said that verbatim on television. But at one point, Disney World had a pride celebration. He said, "Orlando is in the way of some serious hurricanes. I wouldn't be waving those flags in God's face." And this is not a message of hate, but conditions like this will bring around destruction of your nation. It'll bring about terrorist bombs, tornadoes, earthquakes, possibly a meteor. You heard it here first, folks. If Orlando ever gets hit by a meteor, it's because God hates the gays. There's many, many, many more quotes of over the nearly a century this man has burdened us with his existence. But this video is getting a little long, and if there is a hell, I would hate for this eulogy to be slowing down his trip. So here's to you, Pat Robertson. I'm not sure if there is a God, because I feel like he would have smited you long before you plagued us for 93 years. But today I hope that there is a heaven and therefore a hell, and you get to spend this evening strapped to a table next to Ronald Reagan, given the safe word from Eurotrip, and are hosted by a couple big men in gimp suits with a cactus-tipped jackhammer. Rest in pieces of shit, Pat. You will not be missed.